Hello, my CFA friends. How are you, my friends? Happy Sunday, everybody. And welcome to episode 2 of the series on the CFA program overview, where we're going to tackle some of the most common questions people would have, such as how much is the cost of the CFA program? When are the dates? When can I see it each level? And also, we are going to address a very interesting question, which is what is the fastest route to actually completing the program? So actually, what's the shortest period in time that I can actually sail through all 3 levels? So stay until the end to learn that. But now let's get started. All right, we'll first tackle the issue of costs. And all these costs, by the way, are in US dollars, American dollars. Yes, those lovely greenbacks that the Fed is printing into oblivion. Okay, so let's have a look. First of all, we need to put our name onto the register. So think of it as some sort of database the institute has, and there is a one-time enrollment fee of $350. So you don't pay this every time you sit the exam. You only pay it at the start in order to register yourself as a potential candidate, essentially, in the program. And I guess the side effect of that is that for level 1, your cost is slightly higher, but the good news is you're not going to have to pay $350 when you come back to sit for levels 2 and 3. Now, I know that on this channel, we are all about cost saving. Obviously, I want to provide you quality tuition that is as good, if not better, than the major providers at a fraction of the cost, of course. So if you're here watching me, you probably also want to make sure you're paying as little as possible for the actual exam fees. So you need to get your early bird discounts. That means you need to register for your exams as soon as possible, because your early registration fee is $990, but miss that deadline for the early bird discount, and suddenly your cost jumps by, basically $300, or I guess more than 30%, or about 30%. So you don't want to do that, right? You want to avail yourself of the early bird discount. And so I went and did some mathematics on that. You need to essentially book your exam approximately 7 months before the exam window in order to avail yourself of the early bird discount. So it does take a little bit of planning on your part. I also went ahead and did some math to calculate the total cost of the program. So obviously we've got the one-off registration fee, remember, enrollment fee that we're never going to have to pay ever again after level 1. And then we have 3 levels. I'm obviously assuming here that somehow magically you availed yourself of the early bird discount every single time. And also, obviously, you passed on first attempts. And most magically of all, I'm assuming no inflation over the next, 1, 2, 3 years, whatever the time period that you want to do your exams over is. And that's certainly not going to happen. We're going to have a lot of inflation, but let's not digress. So we take 3 times 990 plus 350, we get $3,320. And my friends, this is value for money. I'm a bargain hunter. You're a bargain hunter. This is really value for money, because if you live in America and you want to do an MBA for, I don't know, a couple of years, it may cost you probably up to $200,000. I mean, if you compare $3,000 to $200,000, I know which one I'm going to be going for, and I can virtually guarantee that you will learn more in the CFA program per dollar spent than in an MBA program, okay? So I'm definitely considering that. Rescheduling fee. Now, we can talk a long time about rescheduling. You probably, if you're a friend of the channel, if you're watching videos here, you know I am totally against deferring your exams for a number of reasons. First of all, statistically, if you defer, your chances of passing drop dramatically. I recently posted a video, if you haven't watched it, where I showed you that if you were a first-timer, your pass rate was about 50%, but defer it, and your pass rate goes down to 29%. So not a great deal there, my friends. Second reason why I don't like to defer is because the exam can be viewed as an additional mock, right? It's so important to do as many mocks as possible. Well, the exam is yet another mock, with the added benefit of this time seeing the actual questions and still being able to practice your exam technique, your strategy, your tactics, your stamina, basically staying there for 5 hours, okay? The exam is 4.5 hours plus the break. Now, purely here, we are talking about CFA costs, so that doesn't include any prep providers. So if you guys decide to use a prep provider, that's gonna set you back a lot of money. Of course, we are talking about additional hundreds of dollars, maybe thousands of dollars. So some people decide to self-study, some people decide to use prep providers. Now, I personally used to work for a major training company for 17 years, so I can basically provide you the same service for a fraction of the cost. So ultimately, it is up to you whether you want to use a prep provider or not, but here I am able to help you and willing to help you. And if you want to join the journey and work with me, I'm gonna be here helping you along the way. Now, let's talk about exam dates. I know that we focus on level 1 on this channel, but I want to give you the entire pathway across the 3 levels. So level 1, of course, is gonna be the most popular level because, as we saw in the previous video, anybody with a bachelor's degree can attempt level 1, whereas not everybody can attempt level 2, because to attempt level 2, you need to have passed level 1. So naturally, the number of candidates will dwindle down as we move through the levels. So level 1 being our most popular level, the Institute has decided to give us 4 opportunities to sit this exam. So we've got the Feb sitting, the May sitting, August sitting, and November sitting. So notice it's kind of quarterly jumps by 3 months. Level 2, we cannot sit level 2 in Feb, but we can sit it in May, August, and November. So 3 sittings per year. And then level 3 will be the least popular reading. In terms of sitting, I wanted to say, the least popular sitting, because obviously we've got the fewest people who have survived, who have A, being able to pass the exams, but B, also being resilient and perseverant enough not to give up. So this level is only offered twice a year in Feb and August. And now there is a very, very important point as well to remember here, that you must leave a gap of at least 6 months between attempts. So, for example, if you set your level 1 in February and then you kind of passed and you were very, very keen to get going with level 2, you are not actually able to sit level 2 in May because the gap between Feb and May is only 3 months. So the next opportunity for you to sit level 2 will be, in fact, August, okay? Because that's 6 months. Now, I really want to focus on level 1 for now. Obviously, we've got a sitting in November that's coming in about 30 days. I'm rooting for you guys if you're one of my current level 1 candidates. We also have a Discord study group. If you are subscribed to my question-based video revision, you will get access to the Discord study group where you can talk to other candidates about what they're doing, get advice from them, give them advice. This is really good. So if you are a paid subscriber, email me and I will add you to the Discord study group. But beyond November, we are talking about February. And I want to make sure that all these new joiners, I can see that I've got about 100, 150 people joining the channel every single day. I'm imagining some of you are considering whether you should even be embarking on the CFA program. So in this playlist, we will discuss also what kind of job roles you can get with the CFA. That's going to come in future videos. But for now, I just want to talk about the next exam window, and that's going to be 17th to 23rd February 2025. But most importantly, and put this in your diaries, come take out those smartphones and put a reminder in your diary. Registration's gonna close on the 7th of November. So in, I guess, less than a month now. So if you're serious about this thing, if you want to start studying towards Feb, you're gonna need to register by the 7th of November. Now, obviously, you will have missed your early bird discount because remember, that's 7 months. So you got to be 7 months before the exam, but you will be paying probably $12.90 or thereabouts, plus your one-time enrollment fee. So I guess for the first level, it's going to set you back about $1,700. But I would say that's a good investment in your future, and I would say that's probably gonna pay dividends down the road. So back to this 7th of November, really, really important date, guys. Just put it in your diary. Make sure you register for that exam. If you're a career changer, if you are worried about not having enough study hours, because remember, we want to be putting about 300 study hours. So if you are worried about this, remember you've got also May, you've got August, you've got November. So here on the channel, we are not about giving people pressure. It's actually the opposite of that. I think that in life, it's very, very important not to stress yourself, to have good balance, work-life, play balance, and just be a happy person. So if at all going for February is going to stress you or make you unhappy in any way, then you know what Martin's going to say. You got to go for May or even August or even November. Okay, so give yourself as much time as you need in order to sail through the journey in a pleasant way. Now, having said that though, if you are still watching the video at this point, I know why you're doing this, because you want to know the answer to this question. What is the fastest route through the program? So let's reveal the answer. And of course, if you watch my videos, you know that I love timelines, especially when it comes to derivatives. And so what is the fastest route through the program? Knowing that level 1 is offered 4 times a year, level 2 is offered 3 times a year, and level 3 is offered twice a year. And also the other condition that we need to meet is that there should be a gap of 6 months between sittings. So let's say we started at this point in our timeline. Here we are. This is our stickman. And this date here will be February 2025. Okay. Now, why is it February 2025? Because assuming that we pass the exam, we will sit. So this would be our level 1. And we will sit our level 2 in August of 2025. And remember that then we're going to need another 6 months. So again, assuming that we pass the exam, we're going to need another 6 months before we can sit a level 3. And level 3, we shall sit in February of 2026. And I know at the moment, 2026 sounds like far away, but believe me, it ain't. Okay, time flies, my friends. Especially as you start getting older, time speeds up a lot. Okay, 6 months go like this, boom, 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 boom. So my point is, there are 6 months here, so we meet that requirement of the gap. There's 6 months here, we meet that requirement of the gap. So physically, it's going to take you 12 months. Plus, obviously, you probably starting studying a little bit before February anyway. Hopefully not a little bit before February, but you're starting before February. So I'd say in maybe a year and a half, you can clear the whole thing. Now, do I recommend it? That's a completely different question. As I said, I'm all about relaxing and not stressing in life. So unless there is a compelling reason why you want to sail through the program in 12 months, I probably will give myself more breathing space. Also, I'll play it by ear. For example, level 2 for me is the most technical level, so I may want to give myself extra time for it. But nevertheless, I always know there are some people who just want to plow on, get it done in as efficiently and quickly as possible. And if you're one of those, I hope I have answered your question. Now, if you're interested in the CFA program, you may want to start by booking a 1-hour Zoom consultation with myself. My name is Martin Stoyanov. I have been teaching the CFA since 2007, so I should probably know something about how to help you pass this exam. Email me at stoyanov.financial@gmail.com. And also check my website, which is stoyanov.co.uk, where you can get my question-based revision. So I hope you found this video useful, and I shall be seeing you in one of the next videos. Until then, have a great weekend.